Hey YouTube, I don't have a new knife to review today, but I did want to kind of make a rambling video. So if you like this kind of style of video, be sure to leave a comment, ask me a question, my opinion on something, or kind of give me an idea for a topic, and I can make more of these videos, and they can kind of be between my review videos, so I'm not uploading only once every month or 2 months when I get some new piece of gear or a new knife or something. So I'd like to add that to this channel. I've done some of these ramblings before, even one on flippers, which is what this video is about. They didn't really take off too much, but I'm hoping these can kind of start a conversation. You can give me your opinion, agree with me, disagree with me, leave a comment and let me know. So, as you can see in the title, this is about why I think flipper tab knives, or just flippers, are the best style of knife. So, best type of knife, that's obviously comparing the opening systems. So, all of these are frame locks except these two, I think. Yep. And but these are kind of liner locks, and it's kind of like a little tab liner lock. But this is really just comparing the opening system. So other types of opening systems, you probably all know that if you're watching this knife video. Thumb studs or spidey hole or some other type of kind of round or oval shaped holes, or automatics kind of have like a little plunger push button type thing that opens them. And I kind of just want to talk about why I think flipper tabs are the best. So one of the main things that I love about flippers is they're just fun to play with. So sitting on the couch and flipping open a flipper and just fidgeting, something definitely nice to keep your hand busy and fun. I'd say more fun than just a normal thumb hole or thumb studs. But other than just fun, I think they actually do kind of a better job at opening knives. So if they're nice and smooth and on bearings, they obviously flip open really well. So that's definitely a good thing. But not only do they flip open well, but I think they do it a better job because of how they do it. So when you have a flipper tab, like this one, when you're pushing down, you're just pushing on the same direction that the blade is opening. So all you're doing is pushing against the detent and flipping that open. But if you're using a thumb stud or spidey hole, what you're doing is pushing against the blade. You're kind of pushing into the handle. That can, I think, probably make knives off center. It's probably not good for the pivot or maybe the hole in the blade that the pivot goes through. But by having that flipper, you don't really have any of those like forces against that pivot in the opposite direction. So all you do is just have the blade free flowing on it. Also, if you're using a thumb hole opener and you're opening it like normal, you're pushing against that detent, which rubs more on the detent, and on like a normal flipper you're kind of just pushing on it and the blade rides smoothly on that detent. Another cool aspect of flippers is a lot of them kind of turn into a hilt, like on a sword. So if you don't have jimping back here, which a lot of knives do, this one really not too grippy, but you can feel safe using it. If you're plunging into something, I don't know what task other than stabbing something really would make your hand slide up on the handle or up on the blade, but you can kind of feel safe doing that because of that flipper tab right there holding it back. Some of them are more pronounced than others. Obviously this one with a really long flipper tab, you can see your hand kind of just blocked right there by that. There's other ones that are a little smaller. Let's see this one. So, well, that's not actually that small. Holds your finger down in there like a nice choil. So those are some really cool aspects of flippers. They open really easily. They open quick. Some of them open even quicker than like an automatic. So I think the Boker Kalashnikov or whatever, those cheap automatics, like they don't really open too fast, but like compared to that, like the camera didn't even pick that up really. So automatics are illegal, I think, in my state and a lot of other states. You can't really have one, or you can have one, but you can't carry it. So there's really nothing different from an auto in the terms of like pulling it out of your pocket and opening it quickly, because of how quickly you can open a flipper. Some of the bad things about flippers, there's a couple. If it's a bad shaped flipper, for example, this Gen 1 Brous Bionic, they're really just, I don't really carry it too much because it's just not really fun to carry it, because like the Equilibrium and the Event Horizon and the ZT 0452, I think, CF, they're flipper tabs. They're nicely shaped. They're they got jimping, so they're grippy, and they're just a lot more fun to flip open. They're nice and comfortable. They don't hurt your fingers. But if you look at this one, it's just like it looks like a canine tooth almost. It's just a sharp, shiny, no jimping or anything piece of metal, and when you flip it open, you go down into that jimping right there. So there's plenty of knives that do that, where you flip it open and then your hand sticks right into some like sharp jimping right there, and it doesn't really feel nice. It's not really fun to open sitting there and flipping any of these other knives, really. Open and closed for a long time. Doesn't hurt your fingers or anything, but it can be bad if it's just not designed right. So that's one downside to flippers. That one kind of just stabs into your fingers. Other than that, there's really not too many other downsides. Another thing could be if you're out in public or something, you need to cut something, and you're trying to open a knife. If you have this little Sage 2, you can kind of just open it slowly like a normal knife. You don't need to flip it open real hard or anything. Well, with a flipper, especially one like this, where you can't grab the blade at all or anything, you're really only able to use the flipper tab to open it. If you're out in public and you're trying to open it, you can't really just do a nice, smooth, quiet opening. You kind of just have to flip it open. You can do it softer so it's not too loud or anything, but other than that, you kind of just gotta like barely do it and then open it if you're trying to be quiet, I guess, or not draw attention to yourself. But other than that, I really can't think of anything bad about flippers. I think they're just a really cool way to open it. So if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you like this style video, if you want to see more of them. I hope to do more in the future. And don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel, and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.